Pat McAfee wants to be MAGA so bad. He just won't let it happen. Pat McAfee wants to be desperately
publicly MAGA.
He wants to come out of the closet as MAGA. He wants to be down so badly, but he will only stick the tip in.
Van Lathan had a lot to say about Pat McAfee and his mingling with the leader of MAGA, Donald Trump.
And I wonder if he feels like he's letting his ancestors down. Your ancestors kicked the shit out of people for a long time, so you didn't have to hide the fact that you stand next to a racist and xenophobic political product.
They would bring up the Patriot Games, a lackluster event that basically served as the administration's, once more, mixing of politics and sports. ESPN served as the broadcaster. McAfee was there to help manufacture consent.
No one, to Rachel's point, that is even mildly paying attention is going to look at this Patriot Game situation as anything other than a modern Hitler Youth event. Nobody who's paying attention. Nobody's going to look at what's being done on those fields or what's being said in those videos and think anything other than this is really poorly done propaganda. The most successful thing about the Patriot Games is that they got Pat McAfee.
And while Pat McAfee will say stuff like this,
we need people that love sports being a part of sports happenings. We just want it to revolve around sport.
What he's doing is showing you exactly who he is, exactly what his character is.
Pat McAfee, who desperately wants to be down, who desperately wants to get attaboys from the president, who desperately wants to stand next to him and put his MAGA hat on and do the entire thing, for some reason, he doesn't have the courage to do it. Just do it. You stop being one. You're trying to go out there and then sell it as something different. What do you think? Stupid? Just go out there and do your thing.
That's what is annoying to me. It's actually the latter part of what you said. It's not that I care that much about Pat. It's just that it's so annoying that you keep talking to people like they're stupid. Like we don't have two eyes and two ears and aren't seeing and listening to the things that you're doing.
If everybody getting ready to fight and it's lingering in the middle, hey, bro, man, get with your side, bro. Go with your people, bro. Go with your team. That you look like a weakling.
McAfee would attempt to come to his own defense on social media, writing in a post, had a blast celebrating high schoolers from across the country with the heads of Disney, ABC, ESPN, and the United States of America. I'm proud of all parties getting behind this important initiative to keep future generations excited about remaining active. Cheers to the incredible contestants and to next year's Patriots games. One of the top comments underneath it, just hanging with the guy who essays high schoolers and massacred 160 kids in an elementary school. Another critic, 39-year-old dressing like a 20-year-old frat bro and at an event with a pedo celebrating children. So disgusting. I echo what Van Lathan said, who puts it in much clearer terms than I could possibly imagine. Pat McAfee is too big of a wimp to come out and say that he is full-blown MAGA. Why? We don't know. We don't know. I could only guess it's for a few reasons. Number one, there is a lot of money on the right. There's also a lot of money in playing the, I'm apolitical. Oh, shucks, I'm from the country and I'm apolitical. There's a lot. And I do think that there could, in his eyes, be a few advertisers that would be like, nah, not going to do it. Those are few and far between. Let me be very clear. You have tech CEOs not only running the country at this point, but lining up, attending the inauguration of Donald John Trump, the 47th president of the United States. They were there. And the reason they were there was to show off their might, was to show off their control, was to show off their Manchurian candidate that they selected in order for them to become even more wealthy, and for one of those you-know-whats to become a trillionaire. So I don't necessarily buy that line of thinking. I just believe there is a lot of money in being the centrist guy and saying, oh, you know, we offered a spot to both parties. And him even saying, after he hosted Trump on their Veterans Day broadcast, the same guy who said John McCain is not a war hero because he doesn't like his war heroes who were captured. He said he's not a war hero at all. Same dude, according to The Atlantic, who called dead soldiers suckers and losers. The dead. He called them suckers and losers. He clearly thinks fighting in wars is for the poor, is for the less fortunate, so he can make more money, so the defense contractors can make more money. Pat McAfee had the gall to host that man on their Veterans Day broadcast, which aired on ESPN, and allowed him to lie through his teeth, unquestioned. He just blabbered for what felt like 25 minutes straight. No interjections, no corrections, nothing. With this microphone right here, there comes a sense of responsibility. And if someone were to say something that is so blatantly false and lying over and over again, I would think that someone would have the temerity to question it, because that is how that man built his effing career. Pat McAfee was the same guy who basically said that he would never sell out. And now he is selling himself out. He's selling his colleagues out. He is selling ESPN out. And he is selling his audience out to fascism. F him. We have seen too many examples now of how Pat McAfee simply will not just say that he loves this stuff. You know why he does? The close proximity to power. Yes, The Athletic reported he is going to make upwards of $60 million a year at ESPN. Very clearly. Bob Iger is not only a fan, Jimmy Pitaro is not only a fan, because what Pat McAfee represents is him saying, yeah, you know, I'm not a woke guy. I don't want woke sports. I don't want to talk about civil rights. I don't want to talk about what the players are talking about when they're protesting. I don't want to talk about what the players are talking about when they're saying, I hope the cops don't kill us, and I hope I don't get racially profiled. But what I do love is hearing Aaron Rodgers say, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., the same guy who is leading HHS that has seen record-breaking recalls of our food, seeing measles come back. Hope you all are ready for that. And much more. The salmonella outbreaks, earth-shattering. He says that he loves RFK, and he also hates Dr. Anthony Fauci. And Pat McAfee sits there and yucks it up. Only a frickin' moron who loves Trump would do what Pat McAfee is doing. Why won't he admit it? Admit it, Pat. Just admit it. Why is this so difficult? I align with what Van Lathan is saying, because what it shows is he's too big of a wimp to ever admit it at all.